You are listening to What If Jesus Was Serious About Prayer, a visual guide to the spiritual practice most of us get wrong, written by Skye Jethani, narrated by Brian Conover. All websites and phone numbers herein are accurate at the time of publication, but may change in the future or cease to exist. The listing of website references and resources does not imply publisher endorsement of the site's entire contents. Groups and organizations are listed for informational purposes, and listing does not imply publisher endorsement of their activities. For a copy of the endnotes and resources, go to moodypublishers.com and search by the title, What If Jesus Was Serious About Prayer? Click on the download in the free resources section. Scripture quotations are from the ESV Bible, the Holy Bible, English Standard Version. For Dan Haas, the prayer of a righteous person has great power as it is working. Introduction. Prayer in parentheses. I want to live a radical life for God. That's how one college student responded when I asked why he was no longer planning to attend medical school. He was convinced that saving lives as a cardiologist was too mundane a calling for a Christian. Instead, like so many other young adults, he believed social activism was a higher calling. I want to go overseas and impact lives, he said. How will you do that? I asked. I don't know yet, he confessed. Maybe I'll start a nonprofit, or a church, or something to transform a city. His combination of enthusiasm and naivete is why I enjoy students so much. But whatever I do, it has to be something radical. It became evident through our conversation that the young man wasn't just ambitious to improve the world, but to prove his significance. As we talked, the word radical was used repeatedly. He employed it as the antonym for ordinary. In fact, he not only wanted to transcend an ordinary life, he also carried a disdain for Christians who did not. Do you think Jesus lived a radical life? I asked. Of course, he laughed at my question. Jesus changed the world. Yes, but his ministry was only about 3 years. He spent most of his life, decades, as an obscure carpenter. Was that radical? The young man looked confused. If Jesus fails the definition of a radical life you're applying to yourself, I said, could your definition be wrong? I've had some variation of this conversation with dozens of
Sample complete. Ready to continue?